Imagine this. Tonight, you step outside, you look up at the sky, and instead of one moon, you see two. What would happen if Earth suddenly had a second moon? At first, it doesn't sound like a big deal, just another moon, but even a single moon controls our tides, slows Earth's rotation, and helps keep our planet stable. A second moon would change everything.
Let's imagine the new moon is exactly the same size as the one we already have. Now, Earth sits between two massive sources of gravity, and that's where the real problems begin. The first thing to change would be the oceans. Tides would become much stronger. Some coastlines could flood twice every single day. Entire beaches would disappear beneath the water. But if the two moons were positioned on opposite sides of Earth, their gravity could partially cancel each other out. Some places would experience weaker tides, while others would see enormous waves unlike anything in history. The nights would change too. Two moons would reflect almost twice as much sunlight. Dark nights would become incredibly rare. For many places, midnight would look more like evening. For people, that might look beautiful, but for wildlife, it would be a disaster. Many birds, sea turtles, and insects rely on moonlight to navigate. With two moons, many of them could lose their way. Solar eclipses would become far more unusual. Sometimes, both moons could pass in front of the sun. Some eclipses might last much longer than they do today, and they would become even more spectacular. Astronomers would face a new challenge. The combined brightness of two moons would wash out the night sky. Many distant galaxies and faint stars would become much harder to observe. The night sky would never look the same again. But the biggest problem wouldn't happen overnight. The two moons would constantly pull on each other. Over thousands, or even millions of years, their orbits would slowly begin to change. Eventually, three different outcomes become possible. The moons could collide. They could drift farther apart, or one moon could escape Earth's gravity forever. If the two moons collided, billions of rocky fragments would surround Earth. Our planet could temporarily develop spectacular rings, just like Saturn. But those rings wouldn't last forever. Over time, many of those rocks would fall back toward Earth. Meteor impacts would become far more common. Life on our planet would face a dangerous new era. There is one more possibility. If both moons settled into perfectly stable orbits, Earth could survive for millions of years. Humanity would simply grow up under a sky with two moons,